Hi everyone, welcome to the next video from this series, the page taken from Summer Nights and Grains of Gold by Hanna Karlzon. We have this house here and we are going to be using this colour cube card here. Now we have quite an interesting range of colours because although we still have a sort of tealy turquoisey type, we have red and a sort of orange, so it's going to be quite interesting. So let's turn it over, grab our swatch chart and match up our colours with our Staedtler Design Journey. So this one is called Dark Teal, so I think Hooker's Green 59 is going to be the one for this one. Now this one is oddly called Mint, but for me that looks like a dark turquoise type. I'm sort of slightly torn between the turquoise 35 and the aquamarine. Or is it more like a sea green? I think that colour in the middle is the one I'm trying to match. The sea green is a bit more like this one. The turquoise, the aquamarine. I think 35 turquoise, that's what I'm going to go for. I know it's a bit boring, we've used it so many times, but that's okay. Now, this colour is called Sage. It's a very pale green, and I think 550, our pale green, is our closest match to that. There it is. It doesn't look that close, but on my swatch it does. Now we have this colour called Salmon, but this looks more like a sort of browny pinky colour. We do have a salmon, it's really bright. It's definitely not that. I think we're almost an Indian red. So that's what I'm going to grab. 722. Then we have Imperial Red, which is our bright red. It's slightly orangey red, I think. I'm tempted to go for number 2, which is slightly orangey red. And then we have black. That's easy, I can do black. There we go. So there are our pencils. We have got 59, 35, 550, 722. This one's called, this is 2 and 9. Okay, so here is our house. Let's come in closer. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button. I nearly stopped the video then, pressing the wrong button. There we go. So there's our house. So what are we going to do? I'm tempted to use this light green for the main part of the house. It will look really different. Oh, let's just, I don't know why I'm moving my pencils around all over the place. So let's go for this. Let's just go for it. Light green. So I'm going to keep this as even as I can, which I find really hard. So I'm just going to do the best that I can to make an even green colour here. Oh, excuse me, I sneezed just as I finished the end of the last video. I'm sure you might have heard me go like that, where I was about to sneeze really loudly. And I was rushing to finish, to sign off, because I knew the sneeze was coming and I didn't want to have to stop the video and restart it just to say goodbye. So it's lucky I don't live stream. I guess I'd have to mute the microphone, but I've got no idea how to do that. I'm going to sharpen. This is a really pretty colour. It's like a sort of, it is quite minty, but it's supposed to be sage, but never mind. It looks a bit more minty, but that's okay. I don't know how we're going to incorporate all our other colours with this. We'll find a way. That's half the fun, isn't it? Or all the fun, trying to get it all to work. Like yesterday we had such a small amount of blue just because I didn't know how it would match. Maybe I should have done just a small amount of this. Oh well, challenging myself. I think we can, yeah, I think we can work it out. I can hear a helicopter outside. It's odd how often I hear them. It's not an airport near here. There's one in the next town, which is close-ish, and there's an airbase nearer, but I don't know. Sometimes they fly over. No, I don't know. I don't know why they fly over. Anyway, we hear them sometimes circling round on occasion. I think at night more. I don't know what they're looking for. Anyway, it's we don't. My husband likes watching these TV shows where they have like car chases and things by the police, you know, and that sort of thing. And they often use helicopters then, but we don't get them around here. Because we're not in a big city area, we don't really seem to, you know, have a need for that sort of thing. We don't, fortunately, very fortunately. But yeah, I mean, I think the worst crimes around here are usually things like graffiti, speeding, everyone speeds, cars, theft. Theft from unlocked vehicles is huge around here. I think a lot of people say that when there's a big rich-poor divide, crime increases. But I don't know. I haven't seen statistics on it myself. And I think that is the case in the country at the moment. But it has been for a very long time. So I don't know. I can't theorise. I don't really know enough. Okay, so here is our 35. I'm going to use this for some things, not the window frames. I'm going to use the main framework for the 50, the hooker screen. So I'm going to do this little thing here. I don't know what this is, but we're going to do it like that. And then, oh, we've got some on the bottom as well. And the bit around the door. So I guess our roof's going to be red. Yeah, I guess so. So these little pages where you get a selection of small things, I also find them really fun for videos, but I think they're also really good for practice, you know. I don't like practicing techniques on scraps of paper. I want to colour my book. So I'm quite happy to experiment on a page and for it to go a bit wrong because I've learned something. And I don't look back at the page and go, ugh. I look back, well, I might a little bit, but I also think, well, I learned something there. So it doesn't make me want to rip the page out. I've done that once ever. It doesn't make me feel horrified. I just feel like I've learned something, you know. So I think that's good. It's a good attitude to have. And always remembering that nobody is perfect. Everyone makes mistakes. And that's the way we learn. This is number 59. All the window frames now. I don't know how we're going to do the windows. In black? No. Haunted house windows are black, are they? Or not? I don't know. I quite like a bit of light shining out. It makes it look like something's in there. I don't know why I'm talking about haunted houses. I'm on my own today. Well, for a while. I think my son will be heading back. I don't know what time his class. I think his class might end at 11:15 or 11:45. So sometimes if he's out early, he gets the 12:15 train. But he likes to eat his lunch at uni rather than on the train, because he's only got a 10-minute journey. It's not really long enough. So he tends to wait for the next one and just sit and chill. And I think it's also a procrastination technique, because if he doesn't come home, he can't do his homework. But he says he's got a lot of homework to do, which he's going to do today. So hopefully he might get home early, but we'll see. But it's quite good me doing a video now while he's not here, or a batch of them, which is what I'm planning. And then when he's working later, I can try and encourage him a little bit. Sometimes he needs a bit of motivation, a bit of a nag. I think that works. I don't know if you agree, but I'm all right with it. Now, I missed that corner. But now where are we going with these colours? I think I'm going to use the Scarlet Red. I think that's what it was called. No, it's called Imperial Red. This is our red though, number 2. I'm going to do it for the roof. Now, we've got all these little tiles and I could colour it like this and then fade it down. But I don't know. I don't think it's worth the effort because you can't really see. So what I'm going to do instead is this. You might think, well, that's a bit lazy. If I had a pencil that was a little bit more intense in its colour, then doing what I was trying to do with the tiles would show up better. So I think I might have persevered, but these are quite low in intensity. So it would be a lot of work to keep layering and layering and layering to get that look. Whereas here I can do it in this large area, fade it towards the middle, and it's much quicker and easier. And I feel that if I had tried to do it the other way, I'd have got really bored and it would have just looked a bit messy. I think this might not be that neat, but at least I've got the patience to give it a good try. If that makes sense. It's gone too light too soon. I'm just getting some colour down. I'm going to go back over this edge, try and even it out a bit, because the bottom is a bit lighter. That's better. And then fade it towards the middle a bit more, like that. And do the same here. So bring this colour. It was a little bit difficult for me to judge at the beginning how many layers I would need to do in different areas to get it to fade right. So that's why I sort of filled in the centre. That's the middle. I need to bring that in a bit more. There we go. Now the detail, so we have these little pointy triangles underneath and spit on top. I'm going to use this 722 to do. Now I realise I've gone over the edge, but I'm going to put it on quite intensely, layer it up quite a bit, and then you'll hopefully be able to see that it's a different colour. Hopefully. Well, my feet are cold today. I haven't started wearing my slippers yet, but I've been wearing really thick socks instead, which has been really cosy and nice. But if I want to wear my slippers, they're quite snug, so I can't wear my cosy socks. So it's a bit of a, you know, is it cold enough to ditch the cosy socks and put thin socks and slippers on? Haven't decided yet. So I'm sticking with the thin socks. Right, I am aware we haven't used our black. I don't want to use it for the windows. What I'm going to use it for is the door furniture. I know. Big whoop. There we go. The door. I'm going to use this colour, the 722, because we haven't used much of it here. That's the only reason. I'm going to use it quite lightly. I'm hoping that, although it doesn't match the house very well, because it matches the roof, it'll sort of tone in. I actually think it will benefit from being darker. I think it will match better if I layer it up a bit more. It's always good to start cautious though, do it lightly, see what you think. There we go. Now, the windows. I'm going to use the 35 to put a little bit of stripage on the windows. Like there's, you know, a little bit that looks like there's some reflection on the glass. I'm doing it quite quickly and roughly. You don't really need to worry too much. There we go. Okay, so where's our card? Here's our card. So here are our colours and our pencils. Let's just line them up over here so you can see what we used. Let's see what you think. I'm quite pleased with that. I think I'm getting better. I mean, it sounds a bit big-headed, doesn't it? I'm getting better at making the right choices with regards to where to put the colours, because it's not always easy. I've seen some of the ones that I've been doing sometimes don't always look right, but I'm happy with that one, and that was quite tough, I think, to decide where to put everything. Tomorrow's looks a bit easier, but you'll have to tune in and find out. It'll be the last one, of course. And thank you for watching today, though. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day, and happy colouring.